Hi, I'm Larry London. Welcome to Border Crossings. On today's show, we are joined by singer-songwriter Michelle Malone, who's currently on tour for her 15th album, Slings and Arrows. Michelle grew up in a musical family. She discovered her passion very early in her life. And after 3 decades, she's never looked back. Her collection of accolades includes Album of the Year from Atlanta Magazine and several Grammy considerations. Her music has appeared on TV and film, and she's toured with the Allman Brothers and John Mayer, Jackson Browne, and many others. Her collaborations include Sean Mullins and the Grateful Dead. And today, we are treated to a live performance and candid conversation with Michelle Malone. Stay tuned to Border Crossings. Hi, this is Larry London. We welcome you to Border Crossings in our studios. She's on tour for her 15th album now, which is Slings and Arrows. We'd like to welcome to Washington, D.C., and to the Voice of America, Michelle Malone. Nice to have you here.
Hi, thanks for having us.
So you're the other Malone.
Wait, I am the Malone. What are you talking about?
There's another Malone out there,
no,
Post Malone.
There's not.
Right now. Well, we welcome you, and
Thank
congratulations on the album.
Thank you so much.
When did it come out?
I believe about a month ago.
A month ago. Wow.
I believe so.
And I understand it said you had some dark moments and some good moments as you put the album together, some not so good moments.
No, actually, the album's all great.
It's all great.
And bright, like shiny stars.
Like light never seen before.
No, I think what maybe what you're reading is about how I was inspired to write this record and the idea I had behind it. It's called Slings and Arrows, and my idea was that I wanted to use it as a tool to bring people back together through music, because I feel that music is able to transcend all these boundaries that we have put on ourselves and on society and whatnot, especially lately. So I thought this would be a nice intention to put on the record, to use it to bring people together instead of, the division has gotten just ridiculous, not only in our country, but around the world. And it's not something I feel good about. And I want to feel good, and I know everybody wants to feel good. So that, that light came out of the darkness. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what you mean.
And so the title, Slings and Arrows, when I first heard it, I thought country western or something. Slings
no,
and
you didn't
arrows.
think madrigal music from Shakespeare?
No.
I don't know. No, it has, many connotations. I believe you can interpret it any way you like. And I don't always like to define everything for everyone, because I want them to have their own experience. Mm-hmm. So whatever you want it to mean there, Larry.
So what lane do you feel best in or most comfortable in? Because you've worked with quite a variety. Sean Mullins is on the new album. I guess you worked with him. And the Grateful Dead, you recorded something with them as well. And so you've done so many different things with so many different people.
Where am I most comfortable?
Yeah,
behind a guitar.
Behind a guitar.
And I believe a guitar kind of fits in most genres. So I don't really see it as little boxes. I see it as one big open world. Mm-hmm. I grew up in a musical family, and they played so many different types of music, and everything from music theater to opera to blues and jazz and Led Zeppelin. So I got a really great musical background to draw from, and I love it all. I don't want to. To me, it's like food. I like it to be a big buffet. I just don't want to eat the same kind of food every day. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. But you work with so many different people, and they all come with a variety of different sounds. So that kind of helps to shape, it must impact what you're creating. So.
I think what has shaped me the most, besides my family, is probably just being from Georgia, and all the music I heard growing up there, the music that is so obviously in my DNA. My family has been in Georgia since the 1700s, and I feel like we've all just soaked up the sounds of the South, and I'm just giving y'all my interpretation of it. And Atlanta, which is where I'm from, has always been considered a crossroads for highways and music, and so we got blues and jazz and country and rock and southern rock, and to me it's just all southern music.
And sweet tea. You left sweet tea also.
I do like me some sweet tea.
Michelle Malone is with us. If you guys wouldn't mind doing a song, we'd like to hear some live music.
We'll do some songs off this new record, Slings and Arrows, and this first one is called "Sugar on My Tongue."
There you go.
It's not called sweet tea. It's called "Sugar on My Tongue," but you can think about sweet tea. Come on, Linda. Roll me in your ranch, 'cause I think I'm ready to surrender. Think I'm in my match. Do you think you can treat me kind and tender? Treat me like ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, yeah. Treat me when I'm feeling the calm. Yes. Waving my white flag, 'cause I can't fight it anymore. Think I'm in my match. Can you hear me singing through your floor? I'm singing. Ooh, hey, yeah. Ooh, hey. 'Cause you taste like sugar on my tongue. Yeah, you're my sugar. 'Cause you taste like sugar on my tongue. Yeah, you're my sugar. When I'm feeling the calm. Ooh, yeah. We don't have to talk about it. No, we don't have to talk about it. No, we don't have to talk about it. We can just love a little. Yes. Woo. Cause it tastes like sugar on my tongue. Yeah, you're my sugar, baby. Yeah, yeah. Sugar on my tongue. Yeah, you're my sugar, baby. Yeah, yeah. Talking about my sugar, baby. Say I'm talking about my sugar, baby. 'Cause you're my sugar, baby. Yeah, yeah. Hey. Woo.
Yeah, sounding great.
Feels good.
Woo! Michelle Malone.
It's nice get up and sing. It's nice
Yeah.
to get up and play some music.
You sound great. I like your sound. I mean, blues and rock. I'm hearing a little bit of
Thank you.
everything in there.
There's a little bit of everything in there.
Some Bonnie Raitt, some Sheryl Crow.
Well, honestly, we all came up on the same music. You know, I believe we all listened to the same stuff. I listened to a lot of classic rock growing up. You know, and once I found guitar, that's really where I turned. And then those folks were influenced by their predecessors, and then so I followed the line backwards. I learned it from modern to the historical music.
That's a great perspective. I mean, that's healthy. That's very important. But I think for the young people who are listening to the radio today, it's all new. And I know you've worked with ZZ Top and the Allman Brothers and whatnot, so they're discovering those bands for the very first time.
And how wonderful for them.
Yes, it's a great time to be in music.
Yeah.
You know, and congratulations, as I said, on the success of 15 albums. That's must seem like forever. That's a lot of music.
I guess it is. I don't think about it, and I just try to keep forging ahead and besting myself. I try to raise the bar each time with my writing and my recording, and really just do better for myself. Keep myself interested. Impress me first. You know what I mean? I want to be able to enjoy what I'm doing every night, so I have to really like what I'm doing, and then in turn, I believe it will have that effect on others.
Right. So you're your hardest critic.
Absolutely. Aren't we all really?
Yes, I guess.
Yeah.
Many people, yeah.
I think we are.
You started when you were 4, singing in church?
Well, I mean, you're 4 when they allow you to get in the cherub choir, I think. So, yeah, I remember it well. It was a magical moment. Because I had always watched my mother and grandmother sing in the choir, and so I just couldn't wait to do it.
And I read that you also play saxophone and drums.
When I was a little kid.
Uh-huh.
That's when I was 8. They let you be in the school band, and I chose saxophone because my mother had taken me to see this jazz group, and this man, I can't remember his name, but I won't ever forget what he looked like. He was a very dapper man, and he wore all these shiny rings, and he was just the coolest looking thing I'd ever seen. And then he got this horn out, and I don't think at that age I had ever seen a saxophone, and it just made quite an impression on me. So that's what I wanted to play. And I did that, and I really enjoyed it. And I likened myself as I got older, realized, there's Sally Simpson on The Simpsons, and I went, well, yeah, I was that when I was her age. But then I discovered guitar when I was about 11. My brother had a guitar in his closet, and he told me I wasn't allowed to touch it. So, of course, I did every chance I got. And then he would, slap me around, and I'd do it again. So, #Southern. So I just, I needed to do it. So.
And songwriting, when did that start to come into your life? Teenager?
Yeah, I was a teenager. I was a terrible songwriter.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a late bloomer, and I really learn everything by rote. I just keep doing it until I either get it right or get close. Get close to getting it right.
So today, what's your favorite part of what you do? Is it the songwriting, the
I like
recording, the touring,
performing.
the performing?
Yeah, this is my favorite part. I get to be with my friends, play some music, meet new folks, make new friends.
You're meeting a lot of folks right now around the world, some brand new friends. Can we meet the band?
Yes. Okay, so over here on my left, Doug Keys on guitar. For those of you at home, he's playing a Strat. To my immediate right, we have Reno Roberts on bass. He's from Fort Payne, Alabama. Give him a shout out. And then on drums, Linda Bowley from Detroit, Rock City.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from.
All right. Really?
Yeah, Southfield.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to work an office job in Southfield.
Well, there you go. We'll tell some stories.
Matt Life. Go Matt Life.
There you go. There you go.
8-4.
Well, I love the band, and I know, growing up in Atlanta, you're all the way through and through proud of Georgia, so much so that they made you a spokesperson for their tourism.
I was in a Georgia tourism commercial, yes, so I'm very proud of my Georgia roots. I'll be the poster child. I don't mind it.
I'm sure they're proud to have you, too, with all the great things that you've done and all the awards. I was looking at your collection of awards. They go on and on and on, and you were up for Grammys, consideration for Grammys a couple times.
I didn't get past the ballot part, so I was on the Grammy ballot a couple of times, and I didn't get past the first selection part. So I was never actually up for a Grammy. But, I was in the room, so to speak.
That's
with
it. You were on the paper.
20 or 40 or 60 other people. I mean, that's something, considering how much music there is out there.
We're talking with Michelle Malone, Slings and Arrows, the name of the new album. Would you guys do another song for us?
Absolutely. I'm going to switch guitars here.
Okay. You can
'cause
tell
I'm
us
gonna
about
play
this
some
song.
slide. Well, I was thinking about this chasm, this divide that I spoke of earlier, and the way that people have been treating each other as of late, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So I thought, well, let me unhook this. If people just loved themselves a little bit more, they might be able to love others a little bit more. And without getting too preachy and all, I attempted to write a song about it. Let's get my slide. And, I love this guitar. And a pick. And so this song is called Love Yourself.
Love Yourself. Perfect.
Yeah. All right. I'll start this one, don't I? I'll do that then. What you
Like it. Very nice. That's great. Michelle Malone is our guest. Slings and Arrows is the name of the new album, which is now available on iTunes, Amazon, everywhere you can buy an album.
My website.
And your website, which is?
MichelleMalone.com.
And you have your own record label.
I do.
You do?
I found that to be a necessity early on. And back when I started the label, it was considered to be a more of a stepping stone to major labels. So, and then I had a couple major label deals, and then I went back to being independent because that's really more my nature. Hashtag Southern.
And you have control in production, because I know you're a producer too, so it's hard to give that control away to someone else.
I don't have a problem with it, honestly. And in fact, I enjoy turning the helm over to someone who, you know, we see eye to eye beforehand and have a common goal. But this time around, I decided I wanted to produce this record myself again. So it was a good decision, I believe. I like the way it turned out. It's very organic. And it went down very quickly in about 4 days. And, you know, then I spent 2 days overdubbing some things. And I'm real proud of it.
That's great. I mean,
thank you.
I was listening to some of the music from it. Sounds great. I mean, really, it's all a little bit different. Every song is not, I mean, it's not predictable. So I like that. And I had read somewhere where you had said this is not really a concept album. It's not meant to be intended as a concept album.
Right, no. No, it was really the intention I set for myself, because I felt that, I guess, after 14 records, I needed to set an intention and a goal to work towards in my writing so that I could actually get another record out of me. Does that make sense?
Sure, absolutely.
I think it's like, I don't know, but I'm guessing if I were a novelist, I'd want to start with the title and work from there. Maybe write the ending first, and then, so maybe that's a good parallel.
How have you seen yourself evolve in 15 albums? I mean, that's, you know, a lot of music, and it's 3 decades.
Yeah, you know, I think I was a teenager when I started playing music live and writing and really just learning as I go, as I went. And so I've just grown a lot. I mean, think about how much you've grown since you were 20 years old or 19 or 18. So
Sure.
And it's reflected in my music. It's reflected in any artist's work, whether they're a painter or what have you.
You draw from experience, so
sure.
More experiences, more things to draw from.
And again, you know, I feel I'm a late bloomer, and it's taken me a while to really just come into myself and be completely comfortable in my skin. So I feel really good right now.
And what you mentioned, the influences of this new album, we didn't have to deal with them 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And when you're 20, you're not thinking about the stuff that we're thinking about now, without getting into any detail. But I think these things affect the world. I mean, you know, not only here in the U.S., these kinds of things that we're going through, the division and stuff like that. But we're glad that you're here putting music out.
Well, thank
you. Know, that's music. You never get enough music. Music's the international language. Do you do touring outside of the U.S. a lot?
A little bit. I'd like to do more. I've done several places in Europe, but I definitely want to do more. I'd like to go to all the continents. I'd like to go to some new places I've never been and really get to meet some new folks.
You need a bigger van then.
I'm gonna need a bigger bus.
Michelle Malone is our guest. We've got time for one more song.
Thanks. Okay.
What's this one?
I got one. This is the first song on the new record, and this is called "Just Getting Started." And I think, best I recall, when I was writing it, I think I wrote it for myself first to convince myself that I could make another record. and so this is inspiration for me, but I hope it inspires others as well to maybe get off the couch and do something.
What's this called?
This is called "Just Getting Started." Moses led the people across the burning sand. Well, he come up to the Red Sea. Well, he lifted both his hands. Well, he looked to the left. He looked to the right. Well, he picked up his staff, hit the ground with all his might. Said, "You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. future, that he dreamed of a change. How one day we would all round up, rise up in love's name. But he picked up his left foot, then he picked up his right. And you started marching for an inalienable rights, 'cause you can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Just getting started. Just getting started. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Just getting started. I was attacked by the righteous, making cards in the machine. I defend poor huddled masses, human rights and equality. Well, I put up my left hand and I put up my right, and I stand willing and able, ready to fight the good fight. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Just getting started. Just getting started. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Just getting started. Just getting started. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Just getting started. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Michelle Malone, and it's Slings and Arrows, and people can get it on your website, which is,
MichelleMalone.com.
and just get it. That's all that really matters.
Thank
Thank you for coming on the show. It's great to meet you.
Thank
and to
you.
hear
Great
you
to meet you
here in
too.
person. I've heard your music on TV, and some of the TV shows and films that your music's been featured in. So
A little bit.
it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you guys all for coming in.
Thank you.
Michelle Malone, our guest, and Slings and Arrows is the name of the new CD. My name's Larry London, and this is Border Crossings.